Good evening. Today we're going to talk about a little thing I found. And, if you watched any of my videos, you know, pre-made survival kits, bad. Survival knives, suck. I've only found one survival knife that even looks like I might like it. But it's $200 to $300, so I'm not going to be getting it anytime soon. But I've been looking at some of these little kits, and they're coming out with some pretty decent ones now. What I'm looking at right now is the SOL, that's the brand name, that stands for Survive Outdoors Longer, Origin. And it is the most common kit you'll see put out by this company. Comes in a pack like this. Okay. And the whole kit weighs 6.1 ounces or 173 grams. For those of you that are measuring your ounces and grams. Now, it is one compact piece of plastic. Lanyard I put on, the lanyard came with it. I've already attached it. The first thing is on the top. It has a little flip-out signal mirror. Okay. It's a pretty nice little signal mirror. It's not the best I've seen, but it's by far not the worst either. Now, the thing that caught my eye is, for those of you who don't know how to use a signal mirror, right there under the mirror are the instructions. Now, I'm not sure if you could put anything beneath the mirror. Doesn't look like there's a lot of storage space there. But let's look at the back, okay? Now, on the back, we have a compass, which it's a standard button compass, It'll show you true north. You just got to wait a few seconds. You may have to tap it a few times. It's not a Brunton Navigator compass by any means. Alright, next thing you'll see is this large orange thing that requires you to hit this button here to get it out. Now, this thing is a lockback knife. Okay. Pretty sturdy little blade. Not full tang, but still, it'll do what you need it to do. Not going to go out and kill a boar with it. On the back of the knife, you see signal whistle. Not impressed by that at all. Maybe if I learned how to use it better. Using it sideways seems to work better. And finally, on top of the knife, there's a little gray bar. And that gives you a little baby LED light. Enough to read by, if it's totally dark out there and you need to read something. Okay, now the case has stuff on the inside. Pop the lid. First thing is, it has a little survival guide here. Now, this appears to be some type of plastic or plastic paper. I did pour water on the top of it, and it did not seem to absorb it or deform it. And I left the water sitting there for about 3 minutes. So that's a point in its favor. Got a cute little stuff read by a fellow by the name of Buck Tilton. 62 life-saving tools and techniques. The hardest tool and technique is putting it back under the clip. Now you get 4 pieces of cotton tender. A little length of wire here. Might be able to snare a mouse or a flea on a mouse. Got some cordage here. Okay. Then it's got a little everything kit. Looks like it's got a heavy-duty sewing needle, a couple of safety pins, maybe a couple fish hooks, fishing line, and an extra little packet in there too as well. Now on the bottom it gives you a little bit of aluminum foil. which can be used for signaling, making a cup or a plate, carrying water, baking a potato, should you have the urge. It looks like there's some extra space in here that I could pack some more stuff in. But the last thing on the top, I'm leaving it for last because I had to get the tender out for it, is one of these. I call them Air Force sparkers because that comes in the Air Force kit. Really doesn't want to come out easily, which is a good thing because you don't want to drop it. But it gives you a little air so you know which way to press it to get the best spark. So what I'm going to do, show you how easy this is to work. You flare out the end of your tender, okay, as much as possible. You got it? And you spark on it, and see it almost took there. And it's lit. Well, I'm sorry you didn't see it because I wasn't looking at the camera. Let's do it again. And it's lit. So, I mean, it lights pretty quickly. So overall, as far as ready-made survival kits, it doesn't have any of these cheap break on the first attempt to use multi-tools in it. It'll fit in your pocket easily. It'll fit in a bag easily. The bottom line is, and the bottom rule is, the first rule is, no survival kit's going to do you any good if it ain't there when you need to survive. So, for everyday carry, yeah, you could put that carry in a pocket, glove box, whatever. It could be there when you need it because it is something that is easy to carry and will stow, pretty much in anything, purse, backpack. So, you could have the best survival kit in the world, and if it ain't there when you need to survive, it ain't going to do you any good. And I don't know of anybody that sets out morning and say, I'm going to have an accident today, so I need to bring my survival gear. So there you go. SOL, survive outdoor longer. I'll give it a 3.5 out of 5.